Or you actually film yourself. There's people now, that's what they're doing. They're taking their podcast, going to Clubhouse, dual miking, like you use this mic for the Clubhouse, but then your studio mic, and they're talking into their camera because they have the intention to then turn that into a Clubhouse.
Yeah.
The challenge becomes, what do you do with the guests when they come on? So you show B-roll of them while they talk, or you have to have something visual. If you're just uploading audio to YouTube, you're going to lose. It's already played out with podcasts.
Yeah.
The podcasts who just uploaded a stripped audio version do not do well. The podcasts where they record a video, they do well. So you need a video component to it to win. But I love the thinking. I love the hacking already. People are going from, I love it.
People are just sort of like, this is hot, but how can I take what I do here and then, like fortify my YouTube? So that's really good advice. Just like you have to use stock footage or something, some sort of B-roll, and put something visually in the background because that's what it's for. What about the shorts? How do you think, is that something that people should spend energy on when there's competing platforms already that are pretty set there with TikTok, with the reels on Instagram? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't focus on shorts yet. I'm playing with it, but I play with everything. I like testing. I waste a lot of time, working on things that don't work, and then try to bring what does work as a recommendation. If you had unlimited energy and time and resources, then you should have shorts. Nobody's crushing it in thought leadership with shorts. The best practice so far is to have a second channel for shorts, but the ones there's two issues. One, the things that are blowing up are not thought leadership videos, they're everything else. So like the prank videos and all the other stuff on YouTube that I'm not an expert at, but thought leadership is my jam. So if you want to do a prank channel or a kids channel or a slime channel or something, give it a shot for sure. Inside thought leadership, nobody's blowing up with it. And two, the life cycle of a short is super short, where it kind of kneecaps you for the biggest advantage of going to YouTube is the videos that you make live forever.
Yeah.
So is this going to go on YouTube, this video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's totally
it's
gonna
great.
go. Your other one went on YouTube also.
I love it. So when if you do an IG live, and this is,
I mean, is that okay? I should.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love it.
Sure.
When anybody does an IG live, you get an instant boost, right? You got 1,000 people watching. You'll in the next 24 hours get more people in the replay, and then it just kind of tanks, right? And that's Instagram. That's not doesn't speak to the quality of the interview. That's just how Instagram works.
Right.
YouTube, this interview in a year will still be getting views, still be getting traction, still be getting attention, still building up the brand. And so the biggest benefit of YouTube is that it's the only place where your content lives forever. And so by going all in on shorts, you're kneecapping the biggest benefit. So you might get a little bit of instant results, but then you have to be on this treadmill of constantly making content.
Right.
Combined with the fact that in thought leadership, it hasn't reached anywhere close to adoption. People are not picking it up. They're not consuming it. So if you want to play with it.
Why is that, do you think? Because there are people that have said that they're trying to develop their coaching business and they're putting things on YouTube and it's not tracking. And I'm not sure if it's just, I think personal development, that space is where people are diving into, especially after 2020. And that was definitely one of the questions that popped up for 4 or 5 different people. So I thought that was interesting.
Well, YouTube in general for thought leadership, huge opportunities, like number one place where you need to be in 2021 for any kind of thought leadership, for sure.
Okay.
YouTube Shorts, I just wouldn't be investing a lot of time in right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I might be a guest the 3rd time in 2 months and say, Shorts is the thing right now, right? I just don't want to, time is the asset, especially for entrepreneurs. So what you do has to have the highest chance of working. And I want to just give the advice that works right now.
Right. No, that's great to know. And it's interesting because there were a lot of questions because we see what's been tracking between YouTube and some of these other channels is the prank stuff, So is there, the question was, is there an algorithm to this or is it just the content? Is it just that pranks just do better?
Well, people would always rather be entertained than educated.
Really good. Really good. No.
People will always rather be so anything that's entertainment is just going to do better because people would rather shut off their life than try to make their life better. So watching Big Brother and seeing other people's train wrecks and lives fall apart makes you feel good about your life, and it means you don't have to go fix it, right? Most people don't want to fix their life. They say they do, but they don't actually want to do the work. So that's just part of the game. Education on any platform doesn't do as well as entertainment. That being said, I'm only in the education business. I'm not that entertaining.
Yeah, me too.
Nobody's watching me for my jokes or pranks or anything else. So, you know, we've got almost 3 million subscribers on the channel. That's pretty big for education channel. Entertainment, it's decent, but there's much bigger ones. But YouTube is quickly becoming an education platform where people are going to YouTube to learn. Where before it used to be just YouTube for those fun prank videos and whatever, but now YouTube is, for some people, the default place where they go to learn. So how do I XYZ? Instead of going to Google to type it, they're going to YouTube to find it. And your videos could show up. So it's quickly becoming, this is why long form works really well on YouTube, because people are going to learn. Education on Instagram is hard because most people on Instagram are not looking for deep education. They're looking for inspiration. They're looking for encouragement. They're looking for motivation. They're looking for optimism and positivity, which Instagram's great at. But for deep diving into education, it's just people aren't ready typically. This is why you're helping break the mold with these IG lives, because most people, unless they plan it in, they're not coming to Instagram ready. They're not coming in ready to sit there for half an hour watching a video. Right. But YouTube, they will.
Yeah, it's so true. So, you know, so that being said, there are people that actually, like, they want to break into, and I use the word in quotes because it's what came in, the way the question was worded. Breaking into YouTube, should they create content that's just what it seems like viral content? So, for example, pranks or entertainment, or should they just dive into what it is that they want to talk about? You know, some people like that kind of like, they want that jump start just to get people to go to the account, for example. So that was a question that came up. Two questions were similar that were like that, but I thought that was a good question to ask because there are people that are just trying to jump start, which is kind of typical.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing something just trying to get views and you're not actually connected to it, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
If I was going to try to make prank videos, I would lose because I don't care about prank videos, right? And people are saying in the chat that they're going to Instagram for education. It's great. It does exist. It's just, it's not the typical Instagram experience. People will go to YouTube more for long form educational content, especially long form. So if you want to jumpstart and hack your way, a couple of things to keep in mind. I wouldn't go do prank or video because you're going to bring in the wrong subscribers. If you're going to do prank videos and then you're going to start making educational content, it's like, I don't care about how to do this. I want you to go.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Go prank somebody. What did I sign up for? Why am I here? Right? So you start by thinking about, I'm trying to reach my younger self. I'm trying to reach my younger, what would my message be to my younger self? To start brainstorming ideas for types of content you can make. Then you go to YouTube and you search for other videos that have already been made around that. You're then looking for the videos. This is the biggest hack if you're getting started. You look at the videos that are getting more views than the channel has subscribers. So if the video has 5,000 views, but the channel has 500 subscribers, that video did really well for that. Most videos on a channel don't get more views than subscribers. The subscriber count is usually higher than the views. So anytime there's a video that has more views than subscribers, then that's a great video to make. So what I'd love for people to do, if you want to hack your way in, is think about what you're going to, an authentic message, right? Like, I'm trying to hack authentically, hack with purpose, right? It's like, how do we get there fast, but still be in alignment with something that we're proud of making, not just, right? Like, I make top 10 videos on people's rules for success.
Yeah.
If I said top 10 stupidest moments from whoever, that video would actually probably do better than the rules for success, because we love seeing people fail. I just don't want to make that content. It doesn't feel right for me, right? So what's the message you give to your younger self? Type that into YouTube, see what related videos are showing up, and then the video title that has more views and subscribers, we're trying to take that same title or a variation of the title. And then I don't even care what's in the video. I want you to make your version of that video.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how you start to hack the process, because most of the views on YouTube, 70% of the views on YouTube come from what's recommended, not from search. So the goal is not to show up in search. I mean, if you do, great, but that's not how the big channels blow up. It's not from search. It's by YouTube recommending your videos.
Yeah.
So your goal is to show up after somebody else's video. That's the real game.
Yeah.
So if you use a similar title, it gives you a good shot at it. And again, the content has to be, you promise with the title what this video is about, you have to then deliver on the promise, right? Like you said, YouTube deep dive. We better be talking about YouTube, not coffee or something else, right?
Yes, exactly.
So make sure you deliver on that promise, and that's a good starting point for a lot of small channels to start to blow up.
Yeah, and I'm you know, it seemed kind of like an odd question, but I'm so glad that I asked it and you had a chance to answer that, because with the success that you've created, I want to remind people that you really have to stay authentic, you know, and it's something that I talked about you before you jumped on. It's just like being authentic, you know, and your content has to reflect you. Someone had posted fake authentic, and that's it. That's not going to work for you, you know, and I think that what always tracks the best is what really comes from the heart, and it's a reflection of what you truly believe. So I just want that to be a reminder to people who feel like they have to do something that's not authentic to get started. Like, no, always be authentic to you. It's how you want to get started. But there's some, you know, some of these brilliant tips that Evan actually gave me several months ago. We revamped our YouTube according to that.
I love it.
It's so helpful.
Let me just jump on that point, because people ask me about burnout a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I've made videos since April 2009. was my first video. And since then, we've done 11 or 12,000 videos.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of videos.
I can't remember the last time we've missed. It's been probably at least 7 years since we haven't uploaded a video every day.
Wow.
At least, maybe longer. I'd have to look into the data. But how? How do I stay so productive? I'm not a superhuman. I'm not like some genius or some Elon Musk working 100-hour weeks and
kind of a genius.
Well, I think as much as I'm a genius, as much as you're a genius, as much as everybody here is a genius, right?
We are.
So yes, we are all our own geniuses, but I'm not that extra special compared to everybody else. But I don't burn out because it's fun.
Yeah.
Like talking to you, this is fun. This isn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see this on my calendar. It's like, hey, we're gonna do it again. You and your audience gives me energy that I'm gonna then take. This isn't like I need to go nap or meditate after this. You're giving me energy. and I think if you had me doing accounting work all day, I would burn out after 3 days. I would hate my life and I would burn out. No knock against accountants. It's just not what I like doing.
Yeah.
But making video content that I enjoy, 11 years later, 12,000 videos later, still doing it, and no signs. If anything, we're just ramping up the channels and the content. And so to your point, why did I bring this up around authenticity?
Yeah.
You will start to hate your life if you're doing the work that is not deeply connected to you. You have to feel like, we all want to wake up and feel like what we do today matters.
Yeah.
You just want to feel like it matters to somebody, that we're putting good out into the world somewhere, and it's hopefully going to be received by somebody, and we just want somebody to say, hey, you made a difference in my life. Whether that's YouTube, but any business that you're starting, you just want to feel like you're positively impacting somebody else's life. And if you actually feel that every day, I think it's a lot harder to get burnt out than if you woke up every day and felt like, nobody really cares. This doesn't matter. I'm just